I'm telling everybody right now, I will always be objective with my movie reviews.
The Flash review wasn't objective because you mentioned a scene in The Flash saying that this wasn't a good idea because Ezra Miller, yada 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 yada. Mentioning something outside the movie situation, that's not really subjective. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just mentioning that subjective, mainly you're talking about the movie itself, focusing on the movie itself, the story, the writing, and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's not really yeah.
I am going to give you my honest opinion on it. And anytime I see a movie, I can take out the studio that was behind it, and I can take out the director.
Nope. Also, nope. In The Flash, you mentioned DC's copying Marvel. It was all just a straight up just comedy and all that stuff, even though there was clearly a lot of action in it, and people loved the Batman scenes, and that was straight up action. And yeah. And you think the cameos were a comedy either? Yeah.
And actually criticize or critique a film with no preconceived notions. I did it with The Flash. I've done it with every movie prior to this. I go in wanting to enjoy the films, and I will give my honest opinion on it.
Bashing it constantly. Not really saying anything positive about it at all. And yeah.
That's never going to change.
It did change. If you say never gonna change, will you? Are you talking about you're gonna continue doing what the Flash review kind of style, because you were mentioning things outside the movie itself?
I cannot be swayed because of my dislike for an individual at a studio or not.
Individual at a studio. Individual is the key word. Individual, you were saying stuff about Ezra Miller so much. You're saying individual, that's one person. My mind is just...
Because I gave a pretty high score to Guardians of the Galaxy 3. And Guardians of the Galaxy is one of my favorite MCU films. But I've already seen the stuff that he produces for DC. I did see his Suicide Squad film, and I do not like it. I have seen Peacemaker. It's juvenile, adolescent humor. It is...
That's kind of the whole point. And humor is very subjective. I watched the whole show of Peacemaker. I'm not really into like the whole drinking and all that, like craziness and all that, but even I thought it was funny.
Not stuff I want to see in DC.
Then did you like Deadpool? Did you watch both Deadpools, and did you enjoy both movies? Because if so, then being a little bit biased.
And I don't think he's going to respect these characters the way he says he will.
Did Zack Snyder respect Superman? Why did Zack Snyder really push the whole thing of religion of the characters and not treat them as people? I mean, if the movie of Justice League was called like New Gods or something, it would have made way more sense.
I would like to be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I will admit it if I'm wrong when Superman Legacy comes out. If it comes out. But
just
when Superman Legacy, I'm wrong. I will admit it. Wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
No, you don't. You don't hope that you're wrong. You're constantly bashing on the specific person that's in control, and you're bashing on the main owner of the entire studio, and the entire like overall studio. And no, you don't hope they're wrong. You hope they fail. You hope someone else gets the studio. And no.
I will admit it if I'm wrong.
That's cap. I highly doubt you'll admit it.
When Superman Legacy comes out, if it comes out.
If it comes out, yep. He's hired to be the CEO, writing, directing, and all that stuff. I highly doubt it won't come out.
But I think the best thing the studio can do at this stage, the best thing, is to get rid of Gunn, get rid of Safran, bring Nolan back into the fold, bring back Deborah Snyder, and also Pam Abdy and Mike DeLuca, and let them chart what they had planned.
You said bring back people that didn't show any proof that they knew anything about DC. And also, you said something Snyder, I guess Zack Snyder's wife, I guess. So are you completely fine Zack Snyder works with his wife, and you're not fine with James Gunn working with his wife? Sorry about this longer video. This portion specifically makes me want to try to say more things what he's saying, but James Gunn even showed images of him when he was younger reading the comics, and Zack Snyder, I'm pretty sure, could use social media talking about DC, talking about how much he's a big fan of DC, but so far I never seen him really mention his childhood about DC. Yeah, to me, fans should be in control, but not this kind of fan where it's like he's being very toxic about a certain person that's clearly trying his best. And I don't know what to say. You said you want DCEU, but not specifically only Snyder, but you mentioned his wife. You want her back or something, right? Or I don't know. I'm just confused. Don't mind me. I just think that person being a fan of a certain thing, creating the thing, and proves that he's a fan of that thing, and mentions things that show that he doesn't think Superman being like Jesus. But yeah, I'm just sorry.